तो
हाय फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू क्रिकेट कैवियर। आज बहुत ही एक्साइटिंग मैच है, एशेज राइवलरी ऑस्ट्रेलिया वर्सेस इंग्लैंड। और कहीं ना कहीं हम एक क्लोज मैच का वेट कर रहे हैं चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी में। क्या आज वो दिन हो सकता है? कल रात में बहुत एक्साइटिंग मैचेस नहीं नहीं हुए। WPL मैच था एंड अफगानिस्तान ने कोई फाइट नहीं दिखाई। बट चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी चल रही है और कुछ चीज़ें क्लियर होती जा रही है। उसमें से एक चीज़ ये है कि न्यूजीलैंड, साउथ अफ्रीका और इंडिया बहुत अच्छे कंटेंडर्स हैं ट्रॉफी जीतने के। So I'll come back to Joy first. Joy, you made some bold statements yesterday in the preview. You said it will be a one-sided affair, and South Africa will crush Afghanistan. So it happened. But why did you predict so?
लाइक आई सेड आई विल वांट टू स्टार्ट दिस प्रीव्यू विद अ मीम। ठीक है। तो दीपक कलाल का एक बहुत फेमस मीम है जो मैं कल रात को इम्पर्सनेट करता अगर मैं ज्वाइन करता, बट नॉट टू लेट नॉट टू फार। तो प्रतीक, मैं तुमको बोलना चाहता हूँ, क्या रे भिक मंगया, क्या तुम्हारे अफगानिस्तान 11 ने तो कल भाई शिखर टोर अपार्ट वेरी वेल, आई थिंक वेरी टेक्निकली, इन वेरी पोलाइट वर्ड्स, इन वेरी क्रिकेटिंग टर्म्स की रॉन्ग सिलेक्शंस, पैसेज ऑफ प्ले को नहीं रीड करना, अपने स्ट्रेंथ्स को बैक नहीं करना। एंड आई थिंक शिखर, एक ही पॉइंट मेरा एडिशनल था कि इवन विद द 11 दे सिलेक्टेड, दे डिड नॉट गिव देयर ऑल। एंड इट वाज सो राइटली सेड बाय द बोथ ऑफ यू इन पोस्ट मैच कि अब द टूर्नामेंट इज नियर ओवर फॉर देम, दे कैन नॉट हैव अ बिग विक्ट्री अगेंस्ट एनी ऑफ द अदर टीम्स। तो
Yeah.
लॉस्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर अफगानिस्तान क्रिकेट। बट हाँ, आई वॉज राइट बिकॉज मेरे को वही लगता है जो मैं बोलता रहता हूँ ग्रुप में कि द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द स्टैच्योर एंड माइंडसेट नीडेड इन ओडीआई एंड T20s एज मच एज ओडीआई वर्सेस टेस्ट। तो अफगानिस्तान नीड टू प्ले अ लॉट मोर क्रिकेट अराउंड द वर्ल्ड। बिग टीम्स के साथ उनको मैचेस कराने पड़ेंगे
हम्म।
बिकॉज टीम्स विल गेट सीरियस इन आईसीसी कॉम्पिटिशन, दे विल नॉट बी टेकिंग थिंग्स लाइटली लाइक अ बायलैटरल। ये भी पॉइंट आया था कल हम लोग के प्रीव्यू में।
सही बात है।
तो लॉन्ग रोड अहेड फॉर अफगानिस्तान क्रिकेट एंड बहुत उनको मेच्योरिटी और एक्सपीरियंस चाहिए अब।
Yeah, well said, Joy.
I think one day format is very different from the normal T20 format or the test format. A lot of people are like, a lot of the teams who play very good, like, Afghanistan type, they have some bowlers who are specialty bowlers who will bowl in the four overs, kar denge. Same with the batting. They've prepared themselves. Test में कुछ खेलेंगे, but they haven't played test against the top nations a lot. Okay, it's very
Yeah.
different. And then one day is a very different game because वहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं है कि तुम आके just you hit some few shots and you win the game. You have to
Mm.
bat for 50 overs. That's 300 balls. It's not the same as batting only 120. So it's a
And
lot more.
And Ryan Rickelton yesterday showed great maturity. Also, he's coming
Hmm.
from Test side, and he's maybe South Africa's founder replacement for Quinton de Kock. Early days to say that, but yeah, a very promising character. Akash, come back to you very quickly. You saw WPL match जहाँ पे भी home side हार गई कल. But how was the atmosphere?
Yes, yes. So coming to the atmosphere was pretty crazy. Like the crowd was like it was a completely sold out stadium, like completely sold out. What I could say is it was even more than 100% of the crowd. Like in my stand, what I could see was that all the seats were filled. Still, there were people standing around, and so it was like more than 100% crowd. And this is the craze for cricket, especially for RCB in Bangalore. So,
What
so
is happening? I mean, कल ग्रुप पे कोई बोल रहा था that other sports are also sold out.
yes.
Bangalore is not as heavy a sports town, Shikhar, correct me if I'm wrong,
Hmm.
compared to Kochi, Trivandrum, Kolkata, even कटक भुवनेश्वर जो हॉकी में इतना इन्वेस्टेड है,
Hmm.
कबड्डी में इतने टीम्स है. What is up with Bangalore? I can't understand how WBL is being sold out.
या
Yeah,
आई
WPL is
डोंट नो, मतलब कि आरसीबी क्रेजीनेस कुछ अलग ही लेवल पे चला गया है
Yeah.
बैंगलोर में।
so
मतलब
not
आरसीबी
even
फैन
yeah,
बेस
not
और आरसीबी क्रेजीनेस नहीं, वो है यार। मतलब आरसीबी का पता नहीं क्या, इट्स बिकम अ कल्ट। और लास्ट टाइम ये लोग जीत गए थे ऑब्वियसली, मतलब
हाँ.
डब्ल्यूपीएल जीत गए थे एंड दैट
Hmm.
प्रूव्ड अ मैसिव बूस्ट इन देयर फैन बेस।
हम्म. हम्म.
कि एक बार जीत गए हम लोग, उसके पहले क्या था कि ये लोग अंडर द रेडार रहना चाहते थे ये लोग, बट अब ये लोग क्या है कि और एकदम आ रहे हैं कि हाँ, हम डब्ल्यूपीएल जीत गए, अब आईपीएल भी जीतेंगे। इस साल कप नंबर देके नारे अब थोड़े बुलंद हो गए हैं। तो
Hmm.
वो सब चीजें चल रही हैं। एंड आई डोंट नो अबाउट अदर स्पोर्ट्स, बट यस, मैं नोएडा में देखने गया था कबड्डी,
हम्म.
आईएसएल इन कोची, और फुटबॉल इन कोची और गोवा। यू वुड सी अ लॉट ऑफ क्राउड देयर। तो
कोलकाता
हर
भी।
स्पोर्ट्स का अपना एक है, बट क्रिकेट बैंगलोर में अब बहुत बड़ा हो रहा है और इट्स बिकमिंग, मतलब कि इट्स बिकमिंग ह्यूज। एंड इंडिया के मैचेस में भी आरसीबी के चैंट्स लगा रहे हैं
या या
भाई,
या या
हर जगह। मतलब वो
यार
फैंडम पागल हो गया है, मतलब वो
यार इंडिया
एकदम।
के मैच में पुणे में आरसीबी के चांस लगा था यार।
हम्म
मतलब
राइट।
Are the prices for the tickets lower for the week
या
Not
for
WPL
this?
starts at
it's
500.
no, no,
But
not 500.
It's
It started 200 in Bangalore.
oh wow.
200.
and then
Yes.
it was some last year they were doing some like for women it was free or something, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
was India
So they were
Australia
doing
series. India
no,
Australia
I'm talking about
women.
the WPL, not the India
Yeah,
Australia. I'm
yeah.
talking
So
about
it
the
was
WPL where they did something last year to and get a lot more women into the game.
No,
So they were,
WPL was not free. WPL was not
no,
free. It was
no,
but
no.
India
not
Shikhar,
free.
Women's Team.
Shikhar. No, no, Shikhar, he is correct. For the first season, WPL was free for women.
Free था.
अब तो
अच्छा अच्छा।
टीम्स एक्सपैंड हो गए ना फर्स्ट सीजन से, तो
Yes.
हम्म।
जबरदस्त
But I think
चल रहा
wake
है
up call
WPL।
for like Karnataka Cricket Association, because अब अगर इतनी फैंडम आपकी है, if you are selling out, you will sell out IPL again.
हम्म
Basic infrastructure, Akash, I do not think is great. I
बहुत
mean,
खराब है, बहुत खराब है.
yeah,
Mm.
it's I mean, it's just money in the pocket, which is very like it's like how things happen in Karnataka. We are very aware. We are all Indians or Indians living abroad. So it's just money in the pocket. There is not even a fraction of the ticket money that is spent on at least maintaining infrastructure. There is not any water to drink. The toilets are in horrible shape. तो
हम्म
फ्रेंचाइज क्रिकेट के साथ ये उनको आगे बढ़ाना पड़ेगा, so that they get more matches.
But
हम्म
Joydeep, water के लिए like now they give drinking water, like they have proper drinking water facilities. उसको
Right, I
छोड़ के
think
या the
चलो
crowd management is not good. Yeah.
आज के मैच के बारे में बात करते हैं। तो ये फोटोज इसलिए लगाए बिकॉज दोनों टीम बहुत ज्यादा सीरीज डिफीट्स खेलते खाते हुए आ रही हैं। सो बटलर एंड स्मिथ, देखते हैं कैसा रहेगा ये दोनों कैप्टन्स का ये चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी में जर्नी, बिकॉज अभी तक तो दे आर ट्राइंग टू फाइंड देयर फीट। एंड बिफोर वी मूव ऑन फॉर लाइक फर्दर डिस्कशन, एक बार कल रात का भी डिस्कस कर लेते हैं। सो मनीषा वन द ड्रीम 11 फॉर अफगानिस्तान वर्सेस द अफगानिस्तान वर्सेस साउथ अफ्रीका गेम। And yeah, obviously she had some good picks. Ryan Rickelton, she picked Ryan Rickelton, which is rare. Like, I mean, that itself sealed it for her. And then Rabada bowled well. She had Rabada. She had Makram, who played a good cameo. Nabi took 2 wickets. So she had all the high performing players. And if you look at the all the points overall, Joy, you're now in the list. So good one, man.
Yeah, finally, I mean,
Yeah.
I wanted to share this. शिखर, तुम्हारे लिए ये point बना के लाया था. I swapped Rickelton for Zorzi when 15 seconds were left. थोड़ा
Oh.
डेटा देखा था मैं, तो very happy with that last minute choice.
But Manisha again
Oh,
leading here. And
nice.
in the Jot form contest, we are seeing Nitin leading, followed by Vishnu. Shikhar also made some advances yesterday. Shomil, we both are on the bottom in the Jot form contest, by the way.
Is this cumulative score?
This is
Yeah.
cumulative scoring.
Yes,
So
yes,
in
yes.
Okay,
each game, you get a chance to earn 3 points. I asked 3 questions: who is the
okay.
winner,
Mm.
who is the batter, who is the bowler, like the
Oh, okay.
highest, and then so you.
And
तो
I,
प्रतीक,
Pratik,
मैंने
I'll
तो अपने
talk to you
क्रिकेट
after
कैवियर
this call about the Dream 11, how to get in and stuff. मैं
okay,
try किया था
yeah,
last time, but मैं वो उसमें
yeah.
कोड कुछ बता रहा था, मैं समझ नहीं पाया था.
And we'll try
I'll
to
get back to you.
expand Dream 11 to even outside. Like Jot form is expanded to our YouTube audience as well. So some of the folks are joining. Mayuresh, I know it's 3.5 points. He's just outside the top 5. So well played,
Hmm.
Mayuresh.
Hmm.
Keep it up.
तो प्रतीक गौतम,
हाँ,
मैंने तो अपना गिव अवे
Hmm.
का अनाउंसमेंट कर दिया था.
Yes,
तुम
loved
किस
it.
वीडियो में अपना जॉट फॉर्म गिव अवे का अनाउंसमेंट कर रहे हो?
अभी तक डिसाइड नहीं किया, बट या
ओके,
नेक्स्ट वीडियो में।
ओके.
hmm.
सो आई एम ह्यूजली सरप्राइज गाइस, ये आज के मैच के प्रेडिक्शंस है। एंड हम लोगों ने प्रेडिक्ट किया है ऑस्ट्रेलिया 73% विदाउट हेजलवुड, विदाउट स्टार्क, विदाउट पैट कमिंस। भाई ये लोग, मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा है ये चार्ट, बिकॉज मैंने तो इंग्लैंड को वोट किया है इसके लिए भी। एंड
Hmm.
देन मोस्ट वोट्स फॉर बैटिंग में ट्रेविस हेड, नो सरप्राइजेस देयर, फॉलोड बाय स्टीव स्मिथ एंड देन कपल ऑफ इंग्लिश बैटर्स। एंड देन इस मैच के लिए मैंने वो बॉलर वाला क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछा था, बिकॉज सबको पता है आदिल रशीद। इसके लिए मैंने क्वेश्चन पूछा था पावर प्ले में कौन सी टीम ज्यादा रन बनाएगी, तो वहां पे ट्रेंड रिवर्स हो गया है, इंग्लैंड 53%। सो आई वांट टू सी योर गाइस कमेंट्स ऑन दिस।
Yeah, very interesting actually. ये चीज तो एक चीज मानना पड़ेगा कि लोग अगर ऑस्ट्रेलिया को बैक कर रहे हैं तो बैटिंग का मतलब बैक, वो एक बैकअप रीजन है टू बैकअप
करेक्ट।
देयर कॉल, ऐसे ही बस रैंडमली बैक नहीं किया है, क्योंकि ज्यादा वोट स्टीव स्मिथ और ट्रेविस हेड को मिले हुए हैं।
या।
एंड इसमें तुझे बॉलर का क्वेश्चन डालना चाहिए था प्रतीक, बिकॉज देर आर सम वेरी गुड इंटरेस्टिंग बॉलर्स ऑन द शो टुडे। देयर इज एडम जैम्पा, आई डोंट नो
हम्म।
हाउ यू डिसरिस्पेक्ट हिम एंड जस्ट से कि आदिल रशीद है। यही सब तेरा जो बकवास है मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता, मतलब बिल्कुल ही अच्छा नहीं लगता है। ठीक है। अब भाई अपकमिंग बॉलर्स है, और ऑस्ट्रेलिया क्या है, उन्होंने पूरा फ्रेश लाइनअप दिया है।
हाँ,
मतलब कि देयर इज नेथन एलिस, देयर इज स्पेंसर जॉनसन, शॉन अबॉट बहुत एक्सपीरियंस्ड है, बहुत सालों से खेल रहे हैं।
बहुत सालों
जब
से।
से उसने मतलब वो फिलिप ह्यूक्स
या।
का पहली बार जब उसका नाम सुना था तो फिलिप ह्यूक्स को उसने वो बाउंसर डाला था,
या मैं
जिसके
वही
बाद
बोलने
वो,
वाला था।
हाँ, तो वहां से उसका नाम हम सुनते आ रहे हैं शॉन अबॉट का, और फाइनली नाउ ही इज गेटिंग, ही मे गेट अ चांस, मतलब कि फुल फ्लेजेड चांस फॉर दिस
क्रिक बज ने
टूर्नामेंट।
या शॉन एबर्ट को रखा है स्पेंसर जॉनसन की जगह, बट मेरे को लग रहा है स्पेंसर
हम्म।
जॉनसन का भी चांस हो सकता है आज। लेट्स सी।
हाँ, बट एक और प्लेयर है जिसके बारे में मैं बोलना चाहूंगा, ही मे नॉट बी प्लेइंग इन द 11 बट ही इज एन ब्रिलियंट ऑलराउंडर। उसका नाम है बेन वॉर्शियस। और
हम्म।
आई एम सेइंग दिस बिकॉज आई फॉलो अ लॉट ऑफ बिग बैश लीग, और अगर वो खेलता है वो बंदा गोल्ड है भाई।
ओके।
मतलब ही लव्स दैट प्रेशर सिचुएशंस। बहुत सारे मैचेस में उसने 10 रन, 9 रन लास्ट ओवर में डिफेंड किया है।
वाह।
लेफ्ट आर्मर है वो, तो लेफ्ट आर्म
वेरी
एवरेज
नाइस।
देता है आपको। और बैटिंग में भी उसने बहुत लंबे लंबे छक्के मारता है वो।
एंड ही
तो
हैज नॉट
मे
गॉट
बी,
एन आईपीएल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट येट, राइट?
नो ही इज नॉट गॉट एन आईपीएल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, बट ही, मतलब आईपीएल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट तो भाई बहुत गिने चुने लोगों को मिलता है, वो टॉप 50 जो इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेटर्स होते हैं उनको ही मिलता है। बट
हम्म।
ही स्टिल, अगर वो खेलता है तो बहुत अमेजिंग होगा। बाकी भाई आई आई हैव वोटेड फॉर ऑस्ट्रेलिया टू बी ऑनेस्ट। तो मैं तो हमेशा
हम्म।
ऑस्ट्रेलिया फैन रहा हूँ, और इंग्लैंड को मैं हमेशा से नापसंद ही किया हूँ, बिकॉज ऑफ हाउ ऑब्नॉक्शियस देयर मीडिया इज, हाउ ऑब्नॉक्शियस देयर टीम मैनेजमेंट इज। जो यहाँ पे आके पहले तो स्मॉग स्मॉग कंप्लेन करने लगे, इंडिया में
हम्म।
आके आपने उनका बिहेवियर देखा, इट वाज
हैरी
डाउनराइट
ब्रुक।
पथेटिक। दे स्टार्टेड
या
कंप्लेनिंग अबाउट स्मॉग, उसके बाद गोल्फ खेल रहे हैं। क्रिक इन्फो का प्रीव्यू में आज लिखा है कि ये लोग गोल्फ खेल रहे थे।
was
केविन
it an
पीटरसन ने
interesting
थोड़ी,
point that Harry Brook has been signed by Delhi? I read this somewhere. It was
जोक
a very
है, दैट्स अ
interesting point.
जोक, दैट्स बिकम अ जोक। इट वाजंट सपोज्ड टू बी, इट्स बिकम अ जोक नाउ। तो
एक इंटरेस्टिंग चीज ये
भाई,
भी है शिखर, मैं प्री मैच थोड़ा पढ़ रहा था तो ट्रेविस हेड थोड़ा नर्वस है। उसने कहा है कि इंग्लैंड बॉलर्स बहुत अच्छे हैं, फास्ट बॉलर्स, एंड वैसे भी मेरे पे थोड़ा प्रेशर है एक अच्छा स्टार्ट देने का, तो विच इज रेयर बिकॉज लगता नहीं है कभी प्रेशर में ट्रेविस हेड। और रिसेंटली थोड़ा एडवांटेज रहेगा ऑस्ट्रेलिया को, शिखर, बिकॉज दे हैड गुड डेज व्हेन दे वेंट टू इंग्लैंड फॉर एन ओडीआई सीरीज, और वहां पे 3-2 हरा के आए थे इंग्लैंड को। ट्रेविस हेड ने 150 मारा था एक मैच में,
हम्म।
अनबिलीवेबल। पूरा मैच
हम्म।
बहुत जल्दी खत्म कर दिया था उसने।
हम्म।
नहीं, ये बात तो सही बोल रहे हैं प्रतीक कि उनके पास पेस अटैक है, जोफ्रा आर्चर है, ब्राइडन कार्स इज 150, मार्क वुड इज 150।
या।
बट लाहौर का पिच पे कितना वो
Yeah.
पेस इफेक्टिव रहेगा, क्योंकि कराची के
हम्म।
पेस, अगर ये मैच कराची में होता तो मैं शायद इंग्लैंड को फेवरेट्स बोलता, क्योंकि पेस को हेल्प कर रहा है कराची का विकेट। बट लाहौर में हमें देखना पड़ेगा, इट्स अ न्यू पिच, क्या होता है,
या
विल द पेस जो आएगी जिस पेस से, उसी पेस से जाएगी शॉट्स, तो फिर पेस का कोई फायदा नहीं है। और अगर
या
पेस रुक के आएगी थोड़ा, मतलब जैसे कराची में हो रहे हैं पिचेस, कराची में जैसे हैं, जैसे विलो रूर्क ने किया, या ही यूज द पेस वेरी वेल, या फिर कल रबाडा ने जो बोल्ड किया है इब्राहिम
Hmm.
जुदरान को, ब्रिलियंट फास्ट बॉलिंग। तो कराची में डेफिनेटली एडवांटेज होता है इंग्लैंड के साथ। अभी लाहौर में आई एम नॉट श्योर, बट
या।
यस आई विल प्रेडिक्ट माय फेवरेट्स ऑस्ट्रेलिया ओनली।
एंड ऑन द अदर साइड जॉस बटलर ने अनाउंस किया है दैट जेमी स्मिथ इज गोइंग टू बी नंबर 3, विच इज वेरी
Yes,
इंटरेस्टिंग।
very
सो
shocking choice.
आई वांट टू हियर फ्रॉम शॉमिल बिकॉज ही इज द इंग्लिश मर्चेंट फॉर टुडेज वीडियो। सो शॉमिल, व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट दैट चेंज इन द बैटिंग ऑर्डर?
I was going to go back to the topic हम लोग चूज किए थे, to even though you have put me as an English hero, but I have chosen Australia to win today because I feel like Australia is a team that does well at ICC events like
Hmm.
Champions Trophy हो और World Cup हो, उनका पूरा ऐसा they come back in form. And England is just coming out of the similar kind of conditions, India conditions में वो लोग 4-1 हार के आ रहे हैं. So they might have a little
4-1
bit
T20
of
and
that.
3-0 ODI. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
So yeah, sorry, 3-0. Yeah. So basically they're coming back from a big loss, coming into the similar kind of conditions, similar kind of pitches. So I feel like that will be on the back of their mind. And their first game is against Australia. It's not like they're playing Bangladesh or some weak team startup. They're playing straight off ऑस्ट्रेलिया को खेल रहे हैं मानता हूँ ऑस्ट्रेलिया का दिस इज अ वीक टीम दिस इज ऑस्ट्रेलिया ए टीम बेसिकली उनका मेन प्लेयर्स नहीं आ रहे but I still feel like Australia has a bigger chance of winning tomorrow and even going to the finals of the tournament because उनका जो A team भी होता है that's
Hmm.
really they're very very good team.
Yeah,
So
let's
I
see.
think
But
the
I
team
think
overall
practice makes a man perfect. So England ने best team के साथ practice किया है. I think that will really help in this tournament.
that is true. I think that is true. India के साथ हार के आए हैं, तो yeah, that
Hmm.
makes a big sense. I have not much to say, to be honest, about Jamie Smith coming at number three.
You haven't seen much of him.
Um,
Hmm.
no, I have not seen much of him at number three.
Yeah, I think he had a
So
very good outing in one of the T20I matches against India, and he's a good hitter of the ball. Uh, and I'm also, but tell me the balance of this side, guys. Like you can see, they're only playing four bowlers. So Livingston and Root, are they good enough to bowl 10 overs?
mm,
Nah.
No, right? Yeah. So that will be tricky because they might have good bowlers in the form of Wood, Adil Rashid, but वो जो 10 ओवर रहेंगे ना, opposition can really capitalize them.
No, but did they
Yeah.
have any other option? I mean, what were the options on the bench? Any all-rounder?
Most likely, Karthik, this has already been an announced 11. I can double check if.
Announce 11 है.
No, no, it
Announce
has
11
been
है.
announced. I'm saying, is there any other person they could have gotten into the lineup to
Uh,
balance the side? I mean, I'm
so
just trying to think who is the all-rounder in their setup
I
right
think Root nowadays bowls a lot. And then you have Liam Livingstone भी है जो एक दो ओवर कर देंगे.
actually, नहीं
I
है
think
Karthik because something happened to Overton. I think he was not available for selection.
now.
Overton
Exactly.
was that
Mhm.
one option.
He
No,
played
I
in
think
India,
that's the
right?
reason why they've been
Yeah, yeah.
handicapped a little.
Hmm.
Now, what that means is effectively you have to rely on Livingston and Root to bowl 10 overs.
Yeah.
Normally,
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with Somil. I think Root is a more effective bowler in the
Yeah.
last 2 3 years than probably before that. But that said, the pressure of guaranteedly having to deliver
Yeah. Five,
five
six
or more
overs.
overs,
Hmm. That's a
right, throughout
Mhm.
the tournament,
yeah. They
there
had one
that
choice
is
to
a
go with a fifth
different
bowler,
ballgame.
which would be Saqib Mahmood or this guy Gus Atkinson. But they went with four bowlers.
Mhm.
So I think,
नहीं,
yeah, I think
the
then they
point
would
that
be
you are
light on
saying,
batting
that is
if they got
basically
in.
based on the IPL track. Like, since Root has not been playing regularly and Livingston has been picked as an all rounder, does the 4 overs. I
Hmm.
think the quality of bowling here, again, I would agree that Root is much better than like Livingston. Livingston is not effective, and even if he does 5 6 overs, it's going to be very difficult. I mean, I think England bowling is a weak point today.
Yeah, it is weak point. No,
Yeah, I think
either
now
way.
So,
throughout the tournament, right? If you have Overton missing, you basically can't get that balance. You will have seven batsmen and four bowlers.
But
There is
Overton
no real
wasn't
all
doing
round.
anything. Like he can bat and bowl, but he wasn't delivering. Like he didn't finish any of the matches where there was a chance in some T20I matches. And then he wasn't picking much wickets with the ball either. So
No, I agree, but at least there is an all rounder option. In this case, you have like Livingston and Root who have to bowl 10 overs.
yeah.
There is no other option
Yeah.
throughout the tournament.
Australia has
They will
actually a
have.
proper all-rounder in Aaron Hardy, who has
Yeah, I
actually
think so.
which is a match winner from
Yes.
both. Yeah.
But he's playing at number 8, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
So
thing.
Again,
so they
both
are
team
they,
have an
they are they're
obsession to
also
play two wicket
using
keepers. Both team have an
they
obsession of
they
two
are
wicket
also
keepers.
playing Maxwell as the other all rounder. See, Maxwell is the all rounder, and then Alex Carey is basically Maxwell
Both teams
and
have the same problem.
yeah, they don't have one extra. They have to play an extra
Yeah, Maxwell and Travis Head will finish 10 overs together.
Travis Head और
Matthew Short.
अबू शेन भी है
Wow.
अबू शेन भी एक
This is
ओवर कर
very
देगा एक दो
interesting
ओवर कर देगा
They actually
because
model each
what
other's
does
so
this
much. Like you can see two wicketkeeper batters, Smith, and then they wanted a number three as a Smith to match Steve Smith. So it's funny, but
mm,
yeah,
I
there are.
think Smith is in good form he was scoring runs in the test matches too And I think one day is a format जिसमें you bring your test game into it because it's
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
not
yeah.
like you go and you have
Especially
to
if you have
smash
guys
every
like
ball.
Maxwell following up later. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's very true. I think no. I mean, if you look at the batting lineup, England's main problem is whether they can bat 50 overs.
Hmm.
Mm.
I can only see Root and Butler, who are sort of that anchor kind of
Mm.
players.
That mindset.
If they lose a couple of wickets at the top, Jamie Smith is a basher. You've got Butler, who's a not Butler, sorry, Livingston, who's a basher. Brook, who's a basher.
Yeah.
So,
The
I
root
mean, the
is
concern
the
is
wall,
can they
isn't
bat
it?
50 overs? In India, they got found out not being
Yeah, yeah.
able to bat 50 overs. So, on the Australia front, I think
Hmm.
Smith Labuschagne gives them that cushion. English gives them that
Hmm.
cushion.
Stability.
Carey gives them that cushion. Carey is a good player of spin, rotate strike.
Yeah.
He's the test batsman. So there is a lot of difference. England are more seeing this as an extended T20,
Hmm.
50 overs is an extended T20.
Yes.
Australia are more seeing this as a format where you have to bring in, skills from both T20 and Test cricket.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it's a philosophy that matters. On very flat pitches like Pakistan, England can get away with it,
Yeah. England can
but
get 600 tomorrow.
they
No, they
No,
have
but
no,
Phil
I
Salt,
mean,
very exciting player.
no,
yeah,
Brook.
I
no,
will
I
still
must.
say one thing, right? You don't need more than two anchors, right? Two anchors are sufficient for an ODI, and
Hmm.
rest all others can like move around those two anchors, and like you can play a good 50 over game.
Yeah,
Like why
England
No,
you
has
that
only
need
one
two
anchor
anchors
route,
in that?
I think.
No, I was going to make this point that probably Brook has to step up. He cannot be
Hmm.
the
Brook
basher
is the
in a
one.
50 over game.
Shouldn't he play
But
early
Yes,
also?
Butler,
That number five is
I
not a
would
good
say
position for him.
Butler. Butler will be the
Yeah.
he
other.
will
Butler
be,
and
but
Root
He's
are
his form is
established.
very
he's a
questionable right
proper
now.
bat.
Mm.
Brook has always been a basher. Butler is a proper bat, and he's pushed himself down the order now to have that cushion, so he can be in that position. I don't think he'll come out and start hammering, depending
Honestly,
on the
I always
situation.
enjoyed Butler as an opener. I don't know why he's batting at six. Like, I still, yeah,
That's just to
Also, Jamie
accommodate the
Smith,
other players in the team.
it is to accommodate others. Yeah.
Jamie Smith has been given the gloves, which is a little shocking for me because even with the 3-0 loss, Phil Salt was not a bad keeper in that series. I am seeing it from the point of view of maybe lesser responsibility because he's opening.
Mm.
So maybe to reduce, and they are like very sultry conditions for the English side, even though it is February.
I mean,
Mm.
So
there's
probably
so many keepers. They can just play 11 keepers at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but I think that's an unnecessary change, especially in the first game, to have
Yeah.
taken the gloves from Phil Salt and given it to someone who's playing. I think he's playing after a long time. So
He's a
Hmm.
There's
good
yeah, a
player
lot
one
of
and he
more.
has
unnecessary
failed too many
changes there.
times in India. I think this is time for Phil Salt to capitalize and, show his.
No, but guys, what do you think of the Australia 11? Not just this game, but going forward. We know that you got Stoinis, who's not in the side,
Hmm.
who gives them that balance of being a medium pace all rounder
Yeah.
and a late order bat, who can also accelerate. There is no Tim David. Obviously, he's a T20 specialist. So you got what? You got finishing firmly in the hands of Maxwell,
Yeah.
Carey,
Because
and
Kerry
Hardy.
cannot play that aggressive like Maxwell. Yeah.
So now, I mean, Australia with this middle order, I think the strength in their middle order is, I mean, the strength in their team is their middle order.
Mm.
Smith, Labuschagne, and English. I think they're more suited to one-day cricket,
Hmm.
Yeah.
the style that they play. And then you got Head, obviously, who's a gun player at the top in sort of any white ball format. Matthew Short, we'll have to see how well he plays. I mean, he's had a lot of, he's been dropped a few times, he's been included a few times. We'll have to see how he does in the absence of Warner. But I think their batting seems fairly strong. It's the bowling, if you take out Zampa and Ellis, right? I don't see a lot of X factor, a lot of clarity in their bowling, specifically when you're looking at Maxwell again to bowl
And
the
I
majority of
agree
their
with you,
overs.
Karthik, and that's why
Maxwell
I
and
don't understand. I think you missed this part, but like people are predicting 73% Australia winning today. That's what I don't understand. Just look at the bowling of England, much superior. And
But
Australia
is the
again,
Australian team kind of fixed now, or is it still
they
waiting?
announced. think, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Australia also announced the team.
No, Australia didn't announce, but they
Because
did.
I feel like the only change I would see in Australian side is they may not play carry or someone in the middle order and open up another bowler to have that, because
Yeah, so
Aaron
quick.
Hardy he's an all-rounder, so he can
Mm.
play that number 7 role. Because you're playing
Exactly.
Hardy at 8. I feel like that is you're weakening the bowling. So they can play another spinner in
Carry is very
Sangha.
reliable, and in 50 overs, you need batters who will at least
I
make
know, but
sure
you
you're
can't
batting
play
for
8
50 overs.
batters in a team. You
Mm.
have to bowl to
Yeah.
50 overs.
No, I
So I
think
feel like
English
they
can keep.
might,
That's
yeah,
a
one
fair
of them.
point.
English is a keeper, yeah, or maybe if Short can be removed and Fraser Magard comes in to
Correct.
provide a firepower up top. I don't
Mhm.
know, but I
No, but
feel
then the
like
bowling
one of
issue
the
is still not sorted, right? The
yeah, no, I
bowling
know
issue
Bowling
is
is
that's
still
still
a
not
okay.
top
sorted.
order, but I'm saying Carey might sit out and let either Sangha play or Shaun Abbott and Smith and Svensson Johnson both play.
Manga is a good option actually because it is
He's a
spinning.
spinner too. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was
Yesterday
thinking.
also Maharaj bowled really well.
I mean, who are
So,
the options in the Australia 15?
Yeah,
The other
Spencer
four?
Johnson is there, Sangha is there, Tanvir Sangha is
and then that the other person he was telling, Shikhar was talking
Docious.
about,
Dwarshuis. Ben
Dwarshuis.
Dwarshuis is an
Dwarfs.
all-rounder. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Dwarshuis,
think
yeah.
after listening to your alternatives, Ben Docious seems like the best way out
Mm.
instead of
But
Carey.
it depends on whom they're playing. If Spencer
Yeah.
Johnson
I
plays, then I don't think Dwarshuis will play because they're the same
I
kind of fast bowlers.
I have
So
an
then they
interesting
might
take
go
on
with
this.
spinner.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
I have an interesting take on this that Australia might want to strengthen their batting rather than bowling because the pitch is going to be a flat track.
Mm.
So in
Hmm.
that situation, how many bowlers you keep, it doesn't matter. Even like bowlers like Archer or Wood might get hit here a lot.
I am not
Mm.
expecting Archer to
So
perform today. Yeah.
yeah, so that is why what I think
But
is they
Butler
might.
did say that he feels Archer is completely fit now after 18 months of,
That is great, but he has lost
Even
his sharpness.
ah,
yeah.
And
So
getting back his
I would
sharpness in Pakistan is going to be very difficult.
I would expect one change in the top in Australia, like in place of shot.
yeah, I feel like
Fraser
if England
Yeah,
bats
Mather.
first, they can score anything between like 300 to 450, like not joking
Hmm.
around. That's the
Yeah, I was just coming to that. So
mm,
it's a LLLLW versus LLLLW situation.
mm,
I think the Australian 11 will be slightly more mentally stronger because they've been defeated by Sri Lanka at home versus England, who seem more demotivated today.
mm,
What I would summarize this as the team batting first, if they take the template of South Africa or New Zealand from the first or the fourth ODI, they are going to get this match.
good
So
point.
if England can make 290 to 320, or
Mm.
if Australia do that, then even with a weaker bowling attack, they'll be able to defend, and there'll be a lot of pressure to chase in the second innings. And strategically, this match is very important because I am seeing it as a virtual semi-final again, like semi-final
Mm.
for semi-final plays because quarter-final. Because South Africa look invincible, they will go
They've
hard
almost
at
sealed their place with the net run rate now.
yeah.
Yeah,
So they're gonna be there even with the net run rate. So the winner of this match probably will be
the
ranked
second
two in Pool B.
second semi-finalist.
It's a
Yes.
very important match, and I think with this discussion, I think England are placed a little weaker than Australia because Australia will be very strong once they enter ICC tournament. They'll get their shit correct. That is their
Guys,
power.
I didn't get the vote in, but I feel like I feel like England are the more settled side at the moment.
I also feel
Or
that because
despite
I
being
don't
lost.
see how, even though England gives their wickets away, but it's still like Australia, I don't think they have the bowlers to take 10 wickets quickly.
That's the whole point. England struggles against spin. Barring Zampa, like you got
Mm.
really part-time spinners, they'll
Mhm.
just have to play Zampa out.
Yeah.
And
See, the
who are the
only
fast
thing,
bowlers?
so this is not a T20, Pratik. So what you're saying is that they don't need to take wickets quickly. They just need to stem the runs, and England will fall. Because England, this team that they have is a very T20 specialist team who can come out and whack. And in 20 overs, they can make even 300 runs. But
No,
Paul
but
is
that
not doing a
Soumel,
doesn't,
lot in the first innings. Even
but
Rashid
Soumel, I
Khan
feel
like he
like
struggled yesterday. So I feel like if England wins the toss, I think they can score heavily.
no, but Soumel, I feel like the only way you can stop England is
Mhm.
by actually taking wickets. If you try to contain the
Hmm.
batters of the
It
mold
is not
of
possible to
Salt,
contain.
Duckett,
Yeah.
it's not how you contain them, it's more how you get them out. So if
Mhm.
Australia fall into the trap of trying to contain these guys
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just bowl line and length and Pakistan is not going to offer a lot by way of
Mhm.
seam movement, as
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
see. Maybe earlier on it could swing
Mhm.
for the first 2 or 3 overs, but after that it's all going to be flat track. And there, if you don't have middle over wicket taking ability, which obviously you have with Zampa, I mean, I agree that Zampa is the key here for Australia.
Mhm.
Yeah,
If he
he's the
can
key.
strike in the middle
He has
overs,
to take
get
three
those
or four wickets.
wickets, then yes. But if someone like Butler and Root get
Mhm.
together and milk Zampa,
Oh yeah.
and the
Then that
other
will be,
end,
yeah.
the other end is going to be badly exposed.
Is this a
You know,
flat? You're talking about flat tracks, and then you're saying Adil Rashid and Zampa will do well. So that means it is not really a flat track. It's more of a
no, it's
spinning.
because no, it's because they're the only class bowlers. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh,
irrespective
okay.
of the track, they're
So
the only class.
one thing I would say is that in flat tracks you can expect the wrist spinner to do better and finger spinner would not bring any value to in those tracks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Exactly,
Mm.
exactly.
But again,
Also, Archer and Wood and Cars have got more
mhm,
firepower. Having seen Ellis, he's more of a change-up bowler, T20
mhm,
bowler.
T20
With
bowler.
all due respect,
Mm.
you
mhm,
know, he's not a hit the seam, hit the deck hard kind of bowler. He bowls yorkers, slower balls, slower
mhm.
bouncers, lot of variation, good at the death. But in the middle overs,
Yeah.
can he come in and take wickets? Not sure. Aaron Hardy is an all-rounder.
Yeah.
Again, Spencer Johnson, if they play,
T20 player.
he's more left arm swing, maybe with the new ball. But I
Mm.
don't see middle over pedigree anywhere there,
Yeah.
barring Zampa. So
Maybe.
after the first 10 overs, if England
Hmm.
even lose a couple of wickets but get to 70, for example, and then you have Butler and Root in the middle, they just milk Zampa for the next. It's all about England trying to be smart here. I think if they try to
Mhm.
over attack and gift away wickets, to your
Yeah.
point, Somil,
Hmm.
like for everything, just
Yeah.
attack Zampa and get out, then it's a brain fade,
I think Root and
basically.
Butler have to take that responsibility of
I
just
think
staying
Root,
there.
Butler, Brook, as you rightly said, they have
Mm.
Livingston
Yeah.
who attacks, Jamie Smith who attacks. Root, Butler, Brook will have to drop anchor
Mhm.
and say, hey, we're going to play Zampa out. And
Yeah.
maybe 35 to 50, over number 35 to 50 is when we're going to step on the gas, right? Where Zampa would have potentially bowled a lot of his overs already.
I think that's what
And
England needs to do. 10 to 20, 10 to 35, maybe they needs to slow down. First 10 you explode with
yeah,
Salt and Ducket,
if they
and then
go
last
over
50.
aggressive, they're 5 down after 35 overs, then they have
Uh,
no chance. You know,
Yeah,
they'll
but
still
if
be
they're
at
three down
35
at
overs.
35 overs, then anything is possible. 400,
To
450.
Sawmill's point, they're capable of being 225 after 35 overs.
Yeah.
But they will be 5 or 6 down, which means in the last 15
Yeah.
overs, they'll probably
Equal.
only add 100 runs. And with if there is any dew at all, again, the dew, I don't know how it is in Lahore compared to Karachi. Karachi, there was no dew.
Yeah, not
And New
much.
Zealand,
But I did
yeah.
feel
So,
like there was the bowling got better in the second innings. Like even some of the deliveries for both fast bowlers and spinners. I
yeah,
don't know. Like we saw
then
both
I think the
Pakistan and
team
Afghanistan
batting
played very
first.
poorly.
Then I think the team batting first has a significant advantage, as we saw with India, Bangladesh as well. I think Bangladesh probably, India played it smart, but Bangladesh had a
Yeah.
chance, even with 230 on the board.
Mm.
So if
mhm,
someone makes 270, 280 and the ball turns,
Mm.
right, then
mhm,
team batting first probably I think is a little more, has
mhm.
a bit of an edge.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then this is just a Dream 11 suggestion. So what I have done is taken a lot of wicket keepers. Jamie Smith, because he's batting at three, I've replaced him with Butler. I'm obviously taking informed batters like Duckett and Head. Labuschagne, I just wanted to pick one between Smith and Labuschagne. I'm going with Labuschagne. Then all-rounders Maxwell and Root because they will do both the roles, batting and bowling. And then for bowlers, Adil Rashid and Zampa because they're very key for their sides. And then I'm
Mhm.
taking Markwood because he bowls with a lot of passion. I see like he even injures himself, but he bowls at that 150, 155. So maybe he can pick some wickets, especially of that fragile lower middle order of Australia. So this is my pick. And yeah, I'm thinking about one point that Karthik made earlier, so I'm going to go back to that. I feel like Australians also have an Indian kind of a method. Like India is always going out with that self-belief that definitely one of the top four will score 100. So I think Australia is also going with that self-belief that Head, Smith or Labu, one of them must will give us a big 100.
Mhm.
And they're just banking on that. But other teams like New Zealand and South Africa have like much more batters and they have like games and even
Mhm.
death like that batting. But I don't think India and Australia have that death batting game, but they have very strong top order. All right. Any last comments, guys? So I see Shomil is backing Australia, Akash is backing Australia, right? And only
Yes.
Karthik and I are backing England for this one. All right, guys. So yeah, we'll catch you at the post-match show, and hopefully this is a first close game of ICC Champions Trophy. We are really waiting for one close game. It has been an exciting tournament, but a lot of one-sided matches so far. So please subscribe to Cricket Caviar, and thank you for watching.
Thank you.